Alright, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to record this video. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to make it public or not. We will see. I guess you'll find out. So I've been seeing a lot of stuff online, pretty much bashing transgender people and, like, pretty much belittling them and calling them freaks and saying, with male to female, oh, well, you'll always be a dude, or female to male, or, you'll always be a girl. Like, all this stuff that it pisses me off. And if I do decide to make this public, then anybody who doesn't actually know me, my name's Cameron, and I was accidentally born a girl. Not my fault. So pretty much ever since I was a little kid, I knew I was a guy. I still remember from when I was real little, when I was being like potty trained or whatever. My mom was trying to get me out of like the training underwear after diapers. And I remember this because the training underwear was more or less like little boys' briefs. And they were, to me, like, so comfortable. It was awesome. Like, I felt like a little boy. And I know this is going to sound weird to people. I don't care. I used to take Play-Doh and make little Play-Doh penises and put them in my boxer briefs. Whatever. Like, to me, it was comfortable. It was me. It might seem weird, but I don't know. Whatever. It was me. I still remember when my mom tried getting me out of those, and I refused because I knew that I would have to wear like girl underwear, and I didn't want to at all because then that would make me like a girl. And you can ask anybody that I grew up with, like, my mom tried making me wear dresses, girl clothes. Wasn't having it. I was just told, oh, well, you don't want to wear girl clothes or play with girl toys or, play with the girls because you're a tomboy. And, tomboys don't like this and this and this and this and this and whatever. And, sometime you'll grow up and, maybe through puberty, you'll start liking dresses and, high heels and, playing with Barbies or, whatever. No, no. So, probably my first crush on a girl was, I don't know, I was probably like 4 or 5. And then I still remember like 3rd or 4th grade, I had crushes on my teachers who were girls. And at the time, obviously, I didn't understand what it was. All that I would remember was I would have like these just weird feelings towards like girls and, women, like teachers. And it would freak me out to the point where I would have panic attacks at school, but I didn't know what panic attacks were. So back then, I remember one of the big ones that I had. My parents dropped me off at school. I went into school, and right away I saw one of my teachers that I had like a crush on, and I freaked out. I freaked out to the point where, since I didn't know what a panic attack was, I ran home. I lived real close to my school. I ran home, freaked out, locked myself in my room. When my parents finally came home, they took me to the doctor because I told them what was going on. And all I told them was right when I went into school, it felt like my head was on fire. Like the fire kind of started from here and just went up. And then it was just like throbbing. And then I started getting tingly. So they brought me to the doctors. They had a bunch of tests. The tests showed nothing. They showed, oh, you're healthy. So it happened over and over and over and over and over again. And then finally, for whatever reason, panic attacks started going away. So, throughout the years, I still remember liking girls, not knowing why. Um, kind of knew, what being gay was, but I didn't feel gay. Um, my mom's ex-husband, like when I finally came out saying I like girls, my mom's ex-husband used to call me his little fag girl. Like, he used to be a shit, but he called me his little fag girl, whatever. So I finally moved out of the house and kind of did my own thing. I came out as gay because I didn't know what transgender was. I had no idea. No idea until I was about 20 years old. I just always knew I was a tomboy or gay, but I didn't really feel like I fit into either one of those categories. I just knew that I felt like a guy, and I liked girls. So, I just kind of did my own thing. I was always really depressed, super, super depressed, like my whole life. I tried killing myself multiple times. Obviously, I failed at that too, because here I am. I was always really, really depressed, suicidal. I used to do a lot of drugs, a lot, all the time, drink all the time, because when I would be doing that, I wouldn't feel anything. I would just be in my own little world, and then once it's all done, I'd fall asleep, wake up the next day, do it all over again. And that went on for a long time. And finally, I kind of said enough was enough, and packed all my stuff, moved to Tennessee, met some more transgender people down here, and I was like, you know what? That's me. I am transgender. So finally, kind of being down here, not knowing anybody except for my sister and my ex that moved with me, I got a therapist, told her what was going on. She diagnosed me with pretty much being transgender, having gender dysphoria, which means I was born in the wrong body. And because of this, I am, not doing good at life. I'm suicidal. I'm depressed. I'm just not me. So that was kind of the first step at everything. So once that happened, I found a doctor. Got kind of the ball rolling. Told everybody at work. Told all my close friends, hey, this is what's up. Things are gonna be changing with me soon. I put a big, long post on my old Facebook, and I told everybody, hey, so I'm going to be creating a new Facebook, and just kind of let the cat out the bag. I am transgender, and I'm going to be transitioning from female to male. I had a lot of friends pretty much say, F you, you're weird, you're crazy, you're gross, you're a freak. This isn't what God would want, throwing religion into it. You're going to ruin your body. Oh, you're such a pretty girl. Like, just don't do this. So I had a lot of friends that I'm not friends with anymore. And you know what? If they don't want me to be the real me and be happy with the real me, bye. Ever since I started transitioning, I'm finally happy. I wake up happy. Yeah, I have bad days. Everybody has bad days. But ever since I started transitioning, things have been so much better. I like waking up. I like who I see in the mirror. I'm so happy. I've got great friends. I've got 2 really good jobs that I love. I just bought a new house. I got a new car. Like, everything is finally going right for once. And I think it's because I'm finally happy with me. I finally love me. Which took 30 years. But the thing is, what I really hate is people that say this is a phase, or, you know, you're, like I said, you're ruining your body. You're ruining what God gave you. Oh, you'll always be a girl, and this and that, whatever. And it's like, they don't understand. I did not choose to be transgender. I did not choose this. I have known since I was 3 or 4 years old. When I came out as transgender, my mom was one of the first people to post on my Facebook post, say, you know what, I always knew. All my friends that stuck by me said, you know what, whatever makes you happy, I'll be there for you. And people don't understand. Yes, I'm finally happy with me. I didn't choose this life. I did not choose it. Nobody chooses to be transgender. Nobody does. Do you think I choose to be ridiculed all the time? To be talked down to be told that I'm an abomination, that I'm going to hell, that God hates me because I'm ruining my body? Do you think I chose to be transgender and spend all this fucking money on surgeries to finally be happy with me? I've spent roughly on surgeries, medication, doctors, travel, hotel, time off of work, roughly about $20,000 so far in the past 3 years. $20,000. That's a lot of fucking money. Nobody chooses to do that. Like, that's ridiculous. There's so many other things I could spend that money on. And also, people don't realize when you transition, you have to take hormones pretty much the rest of your life. Like, today is Wednesday, so today is my shot day. So, just a heads up, anybody who doesn't like needles or partial but not really nudity, I'm going to go show you what I have to do every single Wednesday, every single week for the rest of my life. Say hi to my kids. Kobe. Oh, no, she's out. Oh, there she goes. Hi, Taco. What's up? Alright. Into the bathroom we go. Alright, so I look stoned. I'm just tired. I work a lot. I work 2 full-time jobs. That's another thing I do because of all this. I want to save money. I want to be able to retire in the next 15 years, debt-free, and then travel and do whatever the hell I want. So, like I said, anybody who doesn't like needles or seeing a little bit of my butt, don't watch this part. I'm going to show you what I have to do every single Wednesday for the rest of my life. Okay, see that? I'm not going to show you much. I'm going to try to hide most of it so you guys don't have to see this part. But that's, a decent sized needle right there. Okay? I'm fanning it, otherwise it stings real bad. But that needle. Done. So, every week for the rest of my life, I gotta do that. But I don't know where else I can position this really to kind of show off everything else. Hi, Taco. You're okay. We'll see if it sits over here. So, anybody who actually cares about this, there's a bunch of different top surgeries you can get. from doctors. I went to Dr. Medali in Ohio. He normally charges like $5,000 for just his basic surgery where they cut straight down, across. You have big scars. Some people, that's the only option for them because they have a larger chest. I worked and worked out and got rid of most of my chest. So I got a surgery called peri, which is pretty much where they cut around, cut a bigger hole, pull it all in, and then reattach. And then my hysterectomy, I still have scars from that. So I don't know how well you can see, but I've got a scar right here, there, and then a little bit around here. But other than that, like, my shoulders have gotten a lot more broad. Obviously, I've gotten body hair. I've lost a lot of my hair on my head, which nobody chooses to go bald. But I'm thinning a lot because of the testosterone. Let me let the kids out real quick. All right, come on. All right, I know this video's getting long. I'm sorry. It's what, almost 17 minutes long. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to put this out there. We'll see if I ended up making it public. But I just kind of want to let everybody know who just has ever said anything bad about somebody who's transgender or somebody even who's different than them. Whether it's black, white, Asian, fat, skinny, handicapped. Like, unless you have been through it, you can't say anything. Like they say, you know, what if the shoe's on the other foot? Whatever. Like, don't knock it. Don't knock it. If anything, if you see somebody that is different than you, go make friends with them. Say hi. Learn about them. Don't be that ignorant asshole that nobody likes. Because you're too scared to learn about somebody who is different than you. That's mainly what this is. So many people are scared because, or like even, you know, homophobic. There's so many people who are homophobic because they don't know about gay people, or, oh, the Bible says you're going to hell. Who hasn't lied? Who hasn't cheated? Who hasn't stole something? Who hasn't worn mixed articles of clothing? Any girls who have ever worn men's clothing, you're going to hell. Like, the Bible has said so much shit. That book was written how many years ago? Things have changed. Get over it. Get over it. I'm just going to say this again, and then I'll be done. If you see somebody different than you, say hi. Or just smile. A smile could do so much for somebody's day. You don't know what they're going through or how their day started off. Just smile. Say something nice. Say, hey, I like your shoes. Hey, that's a nice shirt. Or, hey, I like your hair. Anything. Stop being a dick. Stop being ignorant. Just because somebody is different than you doesn't make them a bad person or weird or a freak. They're just different. That's all. They're just different. Not everybody should be the same. That's my 2 cents for the day. That's all I got. So, we'll see how long this takes to post, and then I'll decide if I want to make it public or not.